Welcome to the Lose Weight, Live Life podcast. If you're a female professional or entrepreneur who would do anything to lose weight, yet finds it impossible to stick to a diet, to eat less, or just what you think you should, this podcast is for you. I am your host, certified life and weight coach, Claire McKenzie. Listen in to learn how to stop overeating, lose weight for the last time, and create a relationship with food and yourself that you love, all without diet deprivation and self-sabotage. Hi everyone, and a very warm welcome to episode number 4. Today it's all about how to eat right for you. But just one thing before we start. I would be so very grateful if you could leave me a review on iTunes. I would love to hear what you think of the show and if what I'm saying is resonating with you. If you listen on your iPhone, then simply find the show page, scroll down below the list of episodes until you see the ratings and reviews section, and select the Write a Review link. Highlight the number of stars and leave your review there. Thank you so much. You can find more information about how to do this at www.thebestyou.coach/podcast launch. And if you're listening to this podcast during August or early mid-September 2020, you could win one of the amazing prizes that I'm giving away to celebrate the launch of this show. I'm giving away £500 worth of coaching gift cards. First prize is £275, second prize is £150, and third prize is £75 coaching gift cards. Winners get to choose whether to redeem them against individual coaching, against my Lose Weight, Live Life 6-month mastermind, or against my One Life Academy membership. So if you would like to win one of these amazing prizes, go and leave that review now. There also are other ways that you can enter. Visit www.thebestyou.coach/podcast launch for all the details. So let's get on with the show. If you've listened to episodes 1 to 3, you might now be thinking, it's all very well learning and understanding why I overeat and why it's so difficult to lose weight. But now what? Where do I start? What do I actually do if I want to lose weight? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Through my membership program and my Lose Weight, Live Life 6-month mastermind, I help you develop 6 core skills that help you to create a relationship with food and yourself that you love and lose weight for the last time. And these are how to eat right for you, how to become boss of your brain, how to manage your mind, how to enable your emotions, and how to love and accept yourself exactly as you are. And whilst there is no right or wrong way, or a specific order in which you should learn these skills, today we're going to dive into the first one, which is how to eat right for you. Now, the problem with dieting as we know it is that most people think of diet as something that you do to temporarily lose weight, whereas in actual fact, a diet is purely the types of food that you habitually eat. Now, specific diets in and of themselves are not the problem. The problem is caused by the way that we have a tendency to think and feel when we're dieting. We have a tendency to feel deprived and restricted because we tell ourselves we're not allowed certain foods. And if we rebel and eat things that we shouldn't, in inverted commas, on our chosen diet, then we say things like we've been naughty, or we've messed up, or we've fallen off track. And changing your diet to solve for being overweight is not addressing the cause of the problem. Without addressing the why of your overeating, you're not going to know how to not overeat as soon as you stop dieting. I'm a causal life coach. That means that I help you understand the cause, the reasons why you don't have what you want in life, or have things that you don't want in life, like some excess weight. Dieting as a solution for being overweight is the equivalent of applying cream to treat a rash without taking the time to figure out what caused the rash in the first place. Whilst you're applying the cream, the rash gets better. But when you stop applying the cream, the rash comes back because you didn't figure out what was causing it. Was it your washing powder, something you were eating, or something else you were maybe allergic to? Figure out the cause of the problem and you solve it for life. And that's exactly what I help my clients do to help them lose weight permanently. But of course, you're not going to lose weight unless you change your eating. And that includes what you eat, how you eat, when and why you eat. And today, I want to get you thinking about how to eat right for you. There are as many right diets as there are people in the world. Whilst we tend to think of a diet as restricting what we eat in order to lose weight, a diet is just the types of food that we eat. Now, there are 6 main nutrients needed for energy: maintenance of tissues and regulation of bodily processes. Those are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, water, vitamins, and minerals. Carbohydrates, fats, and proteins are called macronutrients, and it means the body needs a large amount of them. And macronutrients are unique because they are the only nutrients that provide your body with energy, which is measured in calories. Vitamins and minerals are called micronutrients because the body only needs trace amounts. Micronutrients do not contain calories or provide the body with energy. However, they do affect energy metabolism, which means they help your body convert calories containing nutrients into energy. And whilst there are many known diets such as ketogenic, paleo, vegan, South Beach, Fast 800, they are all just essentially ways of changing the ratio of macronutrients, i.e. carbohydrates, fats, and protein, and the way in which you eat them. Also consider that the right diet for you will change as you change. The right diet in your childhood was different to what the right diet was for you in your 20s, to maybe when you were pregnant or nursing, and then different in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. The right way for you to eat will always change to support your growth as a person. The right diet for you is the diet that helps you to lose, maintain, or gain weight according to your circumstances in such a way that it feels great in your body, provides you with the macro and micronutrients that you need whilst working with your lifestyle and life choices. Now, I'm going to assume that you have a pretty good idea of how you could be eating in order to lose weight. I'm going to invite you to not be confused by all of the different diet options, and instead suggest that you create your personal framework so that you decide how to eat right for you. And I suggest this diet, this framework that you design for yourself, is both a way of eating that you can imagine doing for life and a way of eating that you feel confident and positive about doing for the next 2 weeks. As I mentioned, the problem with lots of diets is that they are temporary. The year after my daughter was born, I lost a lot of weight doing one of those shakes and bars diet. Whilst I was doing it, I loved it. I loved that the weight came off fast. I felt great, and I loved not having to think about what I should eat. It was very easy to know what to do. I lost between 3 and 4 stone, and when the program ended after 3 months, I immediately started putting the weight back on again. And within a year, I had gained it all back and added another stone to it. Now, I felt acute disappointment and shame because I had genuinely believed, whilst I was losing the weight, that I wouldn't gain it back when I stopped the diet, because the thought of doing that was just too terrible. I thought that feeling so good about losing the weight would be enough to stop me overeating, but I was wrong, and I hated myself for being so wrong. I share this because I believe that all your diet attempts, whether they were total failures or a success followed by a weight regain, taught you something. This particular bars and shakes diet taught me that I can feel great and have a ton of energy when I eat less food. It also taught me that not having to prepare overcomplicated meals or spend time researching new recipes worked for me. These were lessons that I learned that are still true and useful to me today. This failure gave me knowledge that ultimately contributed to my success. And your diet failures can ultimately contribute to your future permanent weight loss success too. So you know a lot more than you probably realize about how to eat right for you. You know what foods you like. You know what worked and what didn't work from diets that you've done previously. You know what foods fit with your lifestyle. You know if you need to eat foods on the go or eat foods that work with cooking meals for families. Don't overcomplicate what eating right for you looks like. So as I said, I want you to think about a way of eating that you can imagine doing for life and for the next 2 weeks. The more changes you will need to make to your diet, the more slowly you should introduce them. So let's talk more about why you want a framework to guide you in your eating. Have you noticed how many times a day you make decisions that revolve around food and eating? How many times a day do you take a decision of what to eat and drink, what to add to the shopping list, what to order or buy at the shops? It's a lot, isn't it? Can you relate to food decision fatigue? So many of my clients tell me they want to be free of food chatter. They want to be free of continually weighing up what they should and should not be eating. When you like eating and you want to lose weight, life can be a continual battle of decisions because what you want to eat in the moment is rarely what will get you the result you want in the long term, i.e. to weigh less and be healthier. It can be tiring and demoralizing. You could go all day choosing what you think you should have over what you want, only to run out of willpower when you reach for the second helping at dinner because it tastes so good, or when you sit down to watch Netflix in the evening and give in to the crisps, chocolate, or glass of wine. It can be exhausting. And that's one reason why creating your own framework for the way in which you can eat will help. And the reason it's exhausting is because when you decide in the moment, there are two parts of your brain fighting against one another. The first is your more primitive lower brain, which is programmed to always seek pleasure, avoid pain, and save energy. And the second is your higher, executive thinking human brain that's capable of knowing what's best for you in the long term and knows that the food that may give you the most pleasure to eat in the moment isn't what's necessarily going to serve you later. And it's exhausting because the motivation of your primal brain is very strong. It literally believes that it's in your best interest to eat the food that will give you the most pleasure, or that you will be putting your life at risk by not adhering to your basic animal survival instincts if you don't eat it. So the fewer food decisions you make daily, the easier it is to eat the right way for you without battling willpower and feeling deprived. This is where having a personal food protocol is going to be massively helpful. Now, here are 4 things I want you to consider as you think about creating your food framework, your protocol. Number 1, your food protocol must be aligned with how you imagine eating for life. This isn't about losing weight as quickly as possible by restricting what you eat in a way that feels depriving. This is about creating a way of eating for you that feels like self-love, because it's going to enable you to get to and maintain your body at the weight that you want to be in a healthy way that fuels and nourishes you. So don't, for example, create a food protocol that is based on excluding dairy unless you envisage excluding dairy for life. Number 2, your food protocol will be something that you amend over time as you learn what does and doesn't work for you and as your weight, activity level, and lifestyle changes. When I work with my coaching clients, I encourage them to review their personal food protocol once a fortnight and consider what's working, what's not working, and what they want to do differently. Then I encourage them to make just one change so that they can see the effect of that change over the next 2 weeks before they make the next change. Number 3, your protocol should be achievable. This isn't about creating the perfect way for you to eat from the outset. This is about making small changes over time that will get you your desired result permanently. The reason most diets don't work isn't because there's something wrong with the diet. It's because we find it so difficult to stick to them, because they are usually very restrictive. Don't have the first version of your food framework be too restrictive. It shouldn't feel like a diet. You don't want to restrict yourself so much that you feel deprived. You will only want to create a set of guidelines that you can absolutely imagine doing. Number 4, your food framework should help your body balance insulin so that your body is effective at using your own body fat for fuel. Insulin is a hormone made by the pancreas that allows your body to use sugar, glucose from carbohydrates in the food that you eat, for energy or to store glucose for future use. Because insulin's job is to help store glucose as fat, it makes sense that your body cannot be simultaneously burning off your fat and using it for fuel. Thus, your body needs to have balanced and not significantly high insulin levels in order to effectively burn off your body fat so that you can lose weight. And because your body cannot access its own fat for fuel, when you have insulin in your blood, you will be hungrier. When you are efficient at using your own body fat as fuel, you are said to be fat adapted. As you go about thinking about the right way to eat for you, I want you to remember the following. This isn't about losing weight as quickly as possible by restricting what you eat in a way that feels depriving. This is about creating a way of eating for you that feels like self-love, because it's going to enable you to get to and maintain your body at the weight that you want to be in a healthy way that fuels and nourishes you. This isn't about creating the perfect way for you to eat from the outset. This is about making small changes over time that will get you your desired result permanently. What would that look like for you? What foods would you be eating? What would fit with your workday? What would you be eating when you socialize? Remember, you are your own best guide as to what is the right way to eat for you. Your body has an innate wisdom beyond any book or authority. Listen to it, trust it, and you will know how to eat. And finally, remember you always get to choose. Every time you take a bite of food or a sip of a drink, It's your choice. There is nothing that you can't have. But as you learn how to more easily eat in a way that your future self will thank you for, instead of choosing foods for instant pleasure and gratification, you may find yourself choosing not to eat foods that you previously overate. That's it for today. Please do leave me that review, because it means that iTunes will show this podcast to more people. And if you think your friends would enjoy listening too, thanks everyone. That's it. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast and are ready to live a more intentional life, lose weight as a part of that journey, and create a relationship with food and yourself that you love, then I would be honoured to be your coach. There are 2 ways that you can work with me. You can join my monthly membership program, My One Life Academy, that gives you self-paced learning, supported by twice-weekly live calls and a whole lot more. Or you can join the waiting list for my next 6-month Lose Weight, Live Life group coaching mastermind intensive. Go to www.thebestyou.coach/coaching to find out all the details.